The Tigers roar loud in Sylhet as they triumph over Pakistan, win the second test match, and a clean sweep in this Dutch Bangla Bank series. 2-0 for the very first time against Pakistan on home soil. Well, what a thrilling match of cricket we've had in this series. Bangladesh, in the end, clean sweep versus Pakistan, winning the match 2-0, winning the second test match by 78 runs. This is how it has transpired in the second test match. Bangladesh 278, thanks to Litton's rescue through 126. Pakistan 232, Babar 68, and then Bangladesh piling up runs thanks to Mushfiqur's 14th century, 390 they got, 437 was the target. Pakistan fought it out through Shan, Babar, Rizwan and Salman, 358, and then Taijul turned it on with a sixfer. Bangladesh winning the match by 78 runs and sweeping the series 2-0 and getting a victory, serious victory versus Pakistan for the very first time on home soil. Hello and welcome everybody. This is Ace Developer Presents Straight Drive. Turn your investments into lifestyle. And I've got two gentlemen with me, Antar Ali Khan and Sikandar Bakht, who have been really invested in the match. And I'm sure we've thoroughly enjoyed it. Sikandar, your thoughts?
Thoroughly enjoyed it, especially the second test match where how Pakistan tried to fight back, took the game deep, how the decisions were made by Shanto, bringing in Taijul at the right time with that new ball. Intriguing. 5 days, and especially the last 2 days of that test match where everyone was totally poised. Not just the players, we up here, I'm sure people watching it on television, they were just very, very interested as to which way this match is going. And keeping in mind 437, a world record chase, 78 margins makes you feel that Pakistan tried, though margin is still big, just like the first game, over 100 runs. But I guess congratulations to you guys, congratulations to the people watching in Bangladesh for this amazing win. Take nothing away from Shanto and his men who fought hard. They were prepared, they did their homework before Pakistan came in, and it has produced the results.
Right, Atar bhai, past 2 days, like this morning and yesterday, it was truly a thrilling match of Test cricket.
When they had this partnership yesterday and even today, Sajid and Mohammad Rizwan, I'm sure the fans, especially the Bangladeshi fans, would have had their heart pumping a little bit more. The adrenaline level would have gone a little bit more. But what a test match. What a win for Bangladesh. And what a team. I mean, I must mention the team. Sikandar pointed out Nazmus and Shanto, but what a team effort this is. I said earlier that after, I think, the third day or fourth day, we mentioned that I came across a lot of people, and a lot of people came up to me and said that it looks like that Bangladesh has come of age in this format, Test cricket.
Right.
And if they can produce these kind of results, then certainly people will be thinking that we are good, we are now a tough competitor, because this is the area or the format that Bangladesh have struggled. So this is very good for Bangladesh.
Well, they're showing good signs, and first and foremost, you know, when your back's against the wall, you need performers to come to the fore, and Litton Dash did exactly that in the first innings for Bangladesh, Sikandar.
Oh, I think for sure. He is the one who shaped this game, because Bangladesh was in trouble in that first innings, 116 for 6, and looked like they will be bundled out for a low score. But in the context of the game, that 126 that he made, and the way he made it, along with the tail, that took them to a fighting total of that first innings, 278. And I think he's the one who actually made this test match go up to 5 days. Otherwise, it would probably been done a little earlier, regardless of the result.
Yeah, but Atar bhai, that 126 knock by Litton Dash, we're seeing the wagon wheel, and also runs in the second innings and important catches.
Yeah, I mean, he mentioned at the interview when he was speaking to Ramesh Raja at the presentation that he asked him whether this can turn out to be one of his finest innings in Test cricket. He said, yes, it just might be. Also, the fact that he scored another 100, which was against the same opposition when Bangladesh were down and out, almost down and out, 26 for 6, if I remember correctly. Then he got 100. So he's turning out to be the man of crisis for Bangladesh. And if you can produce runs, especially with the lower order, never easy on a wicket which has got so much to offer for the bowlers. And you look at the distribution of wickets for the bowlers. For a spinner, Taijul picking up, 11 wickets. And even in the series, Nahid Rana picking up a 5 for Mehdi Hasan Miraj. So there was so much for the bowlers. So to be able to do what he did, set the course, on course for Bangladesh to go and grab a win. Well, for the very first time, they've beaten Pakistan at home. So that was in Mirpur first time, and this is the second time. And by virtue of doing that, they've created history by winning 2-0 one more time.
And speaking of, after losing that test match in Mirpur, Sikandar, they made some changes, Pakistan, and one of them being Babar Azam, and we've seen glimpses of him. He came to the party and he was showing intent and getting the runs as well, Babar Azam.
Yeah, unluckily he missed out because of a knee niggle. He wasn't left out, but then whenever he was fit, he came in. We thought that he might, take his time because of the fact that he's will be a little alien to the, whole scenario. He hasn't played that first test match, but he came in, started scoring briskly. He was going a good 85 strike rate, and that partnership of his with Shan was just building up that base, that foundation that Pakistan required in that first and second innings.
Well, Bangladesh, getting a lead of 46 after both the teams had batted once, and they needed to score runs with plenty of time remaining in the test match. And once again, guess who? It was Mushfiqur Rahim. Athar
Yeah, Mr. Dependable. I mean, he's been showing his class for such a long time. And I think since January 2022, his average has shot up. He's scored to close to 2,000 runs in Test cricket. He's picked up 700 since 2022 and a few 50s. But again, when the team needs someone to stand up, we spoke about Liton Das earlier on, but none better than Mushfiqur Rahim, who likes to bat. And once he gets set, he hardly, you can see a weakness throughout his batting, the time that he spends in the middle. So it just shows hard work pays off. And he's been there for such a long time. Remember, 2005 is when he made his debut. He's still there. And he's still scoring runs and he's still scoring hundreds and ending up winning that series for his team and then also picking up a player of the series, pockets the player of the series award. Yeah, hats off to him. He's simply been brilliant.
And not only Bangladesh, I think, youngsters from all over the world, he definitely will be an example, speaking of Mushfiqur Rahim. But speak of setting examples, when the target is 437, world record-breaking chase, it would have been. Pakistan needed partnerships and Salman and Rizwan did step it up.
Yeah, of course, you were looking to bat 6 sessions, 2 days, so you need those senior members to, step up and take that responsibility, and they did so. The only thing probably you'd feel as a Pakistan cricket supporter that you didn't see a big 100. There was a 70 from Shan Masood, then again another 70 from Salman, 90s for Rizwan. You needed someone like 130 odd from Mushfiq or 126 from Liton Das to take the game to that finishing line. But no complaints compared to how they batted previously in Mirpur and that first innings. I think this was an effort and a half, Salman and Rizwan.
A very good partnership, but I think things started to turn around and yesterday when Salman Ali Agha got bowled out from the second new ball when Taijul picked it up. I think that was the game-changing moment as far as Bangladesh is concerned. Had he been around, had he stayed on and unbeaten, had Rizwan and Salman Ali Agha come back and started today, could have been a different story. Could have been.
It could have been. And you mentioned the wicket. Guess who? Taijul Islam again, a couple of wickets, and particularly surprising the opposition maybe why giving him the new ball, Nazmul Hussain Shanto, but he's done the job, Taijul Islam.
Well, you can't actually point a finger to someone like Nazmul Hussain Shanto. Whatever decision he has taken throughout the test match, it has turned out to be a positive one, an effective one. And whenever he's made the changes, he picked up the wicket. I mean, Taijul was brilliant. I mean, that's the wicket that I'm talking about. He was well set. Then he picked up Hassan Ali in that fashion. And then even today. So he reads the situation so very well. And he picked up those wickets with the second new ball. I think that is something that teams will start to take note. Because you would see with the pace battery of Nahid Rana and company, Taskin Ahmad and Shoriful Islam available, he tossed the ball to Taijul Islam. And we were a little bit surprised in the combo, not just me, but everybody. Well, hang on a second, what's going on there? And he produced a wicket-taking delivery, and then it changed the game on its head. I think he's been the leading wicket-taker. We know why he has been the leading wicket-taker. I think he's got his 18th 5-wicket haul in Test cricket, and he's been a star among the team. No question about that.
Yeah, but Sikandar, if you would like to add anything, because while Salman and Rizwan were getting runs, the Bangladesh needed somebody to, come to the party and challenge them, and Taijul did it. And, sometimes it goes unnoticed, but not here, definitely.
Well, it all comes down to, again, Shanto and his captaincy. I mean, he didn't get phased out. He didn't get worried. He knew exactly what's going to happen. That partnership was building up, but he knew when that new ball comes in, he's going to give that responsibility to the left-arm spinner. And he has that belief in his players. He knows how to extract performances out of them, getting them at the right time, whether it's Tejul, whether it's Littendas, whether it's Mushfiq. And to be able to identify that particular individual for that particular phase of the game, that's the job of the captain. And I think his decisions were spot on, not just once, even that declaration, such timely declaration to give Pakistan a belief, an outside belief that they can get there. So I think overall, it's a team sport and everyone played under the supervision of Shanto.
Yeah, and in the end, Bangladesh winning it. But for the ones who've missed out on this test series and this test match in particular, I'll tell you this was no short of a roller coaster. We'll also recap more of the series, but after the short break on Ace Developer Presents Straight Drive. We've had two superb test matches here in Bangladesh as Bangladesh were hosting Pakistan. And just take you back to Mirpur and recap the first test match where Bangladesh took the lead. In Mirpur, Bangladesh batted first, 413 thanks to Shanto's century, momental 91 there. Abbas outshone with the ball in hand for Pakistan. 5 for he got in that innings. Pakistan then scoring 386. Azam Away's century on debut. Abdullah Fazal half century on debut. Miraz getting a 5 for 240. Bangladesh got in their second innings, courtesy of Shanto and Momental again. And then bowled Pakistan out, courtesy of Nahid Rana's fiery 5 for Bangladesh winning the first test match by 104 runs. And that's how they took the lead in Mirpur. And to talk about it all, you know, things started with Nazmul Hussain Shanto. Athar Ali Khan, your thoughts first.
Well, when you get in and you get 100 and you see yourself and your team going in the right direction, there's so positiveness. And what it also sends a message to his teammates is that there's a saying that captain leading from the front. So he's led from the front, and not in terms of batting. He batted beautifully. I think he's hit the purple patch. He's just simply been batting very nicely. Even after taking over as a captain, his averages improved. He's picked up more hundreds, and it's important that he goes in that fashion. And you want to see a captain lead from the front. He's a top order batter, and he got 100. So that's a message straight away across to his teammates. I'm trying my best. I would want to see you do your best too. Very strong in the V. Look at the amount of runs he scores in the V, on the offside and on the onside. I think what also stands out for me is his rock solid defense. In the longest form of the game in Test match cricket, players, batters tends to succeed if they have rock solid defense, because shots will come. Magnificent, absolutely fabulous to see how he batted.
And Sikandar, you know, one of the common questions asked to someone like him is that how do you differentiate when you're going into bat? And he said, you know, he enjoys his batting, and as a batter, he needs to score runs. But how impressed were you with his captaincy, the leader he is, Nazmul Hussain Shanto?
I think his partnership with Mominul in that first test match set the tone for the series for Bangladesh, losing 2 wickets early. And like Athar just said, you know, as a leader, as a captain, you need to show it with your bat. He's a batter, and then you start demanding, you know, respect from your players. They look up to you. And I think, again, I'll be repeating myself, his decision-making, his understanding, you know, preparing the wickets that are green top, the new era that Bangladesh cricket is following in the longest format, with the help of Sean Tate, the new fast bowlers coming in. I think he's got a very good team under his belt, and he is leading them very properly.
I think just a reminder to our viewers here is that now he becomes also, with this win in the back for him as a skipper, now he becomes the captain who's got most wins for Bangladesh in Test match cricket. Earlier it was 7 wins for Mushfiq Rahim. Shanto has got 8. Brilliant.
Yeah. And they're just going about it. You know, hopefully Bangladesh fans would be hoping that they get more. Shanto's leading the team inside, leading from the front, as you said, Atabhai, but somebody before him who's started setting standards pretty high and still continues to do so is Mushfiq Rahim, and it started from the first test again.
Look, I'm not going to be harsh to other players, but the ethics for the way he prepares himself. I mean, you cannot have such a long career. Starting at 2005 when he played that first delivery in Lord Test match, and this is 2026, this is 21 years of Test cricket. So there is something special about him. He's the first one to come in the ground, last one to leave. He works so hard on his mental and physical aspect, and he's technically very sound. I mean, if you look at the way he bats, I think it's very technically sound. And he reads the situation. It never seems to be in any sort of hurry. As a batter or as a senior campaigner, when you start to understand what your team requires, and then he applies himself accordingly, then you're a special player. And no matter where you play, whether it's home or overseas.
Yeah, and does it take, I'm sure it takes a lot to be a Mushfiqur Rahim. It's easier said than done, Sikandar.
No, of course, I mean, he just explained the whole thing about for him to have a career, which is test career, 21 years, to be able to have that hunger to score big runs, to be able to make an impact and make your presence felt, not just amongst the team, but in that ground to the opposition also. And he sets the bar very high. I mean, the number he bats on, he has to bat with the tail, he has to face that second new ball, he has to make sure that, he builds that, momentum and doesn't lose it, what the batters have done earlier, or if they've lost quick wickets, he needs to then, rebuild the whole thing. And that can only happen when you have that experience, when you've spent time out there, and he's been there, done that kind of a guy. And I think it's the most important thing is, as a player, you know it when you are done. And he knows it very well that the hunger is still there to get runs for the country, to get runs for himself, and just, like I said, place the bar high.
Right, and think tank's perspective-wise, Athar Bhai, to have someone like a Mushfiqur Rahim in the dressing room, Shanto has a go-to guy in him, and even when they were bowled out at the second test match, we saw and we heard from him as well that he thought that it's not going to be a typical day 5 test match. So what are the effects they have for someone like a Mushfiqur Rahim to be in that dressing room?
Oh, a big bonus. He's been there for 21 years now. And the experience he has got while playing test match cricket during those 21 years, he can share it in the dressing room. And you can't really get anything better than that. You want to have someone with that kind of experience and with that kind of success to share among the youngsters, because I think it's also important for Mushfiqur Rahim to pass on the experience and pass on the words of wisdom. It's just not about runs and keeping behind the wickets. He needs to also, I'm sure he's sharing that under pressure, what a batter or a bowler has to feel. Once you get in the ground, you're switched on, you're focused, you're looking to pick up wickets as a bowler, you're looking to score runs. But there are situations, there are moments that you need to ride on. You need to stay calm, you need to stay composed, collected, and when you're set, when the pitch gets better, then you need to start playing shots to the merit of the delivery. There's so many things is involved, and none better at the moment for Bangladesh to have someone like Mushfiqur Rahim in the dressing room to find out what are the answers.
Yeah, well, speaking from experienced campaigners, I'll touch base on the freshness of youth, and Pakistan got that and gave them the debut, and Azam Awais grabbed it with both hands. He felt like a breath of fresh air to me. Sikandar.
Yeah, the Dhaka debutants.
Yeah.
Yeah, both Azam Awais and Abdullah Fazal looked very comfortable, at ease. It didn't seem like it's their first opportunity out there. I think, these are the players when you say that they're going to sustain and go long in this format, because when you get such opportunities, when you get that call, you've been waiting for it all your life, then you say, okay, now everything is set for me. I need to now produce the results, and what's the expectation out of me. I think he wasn't faced with the fact that it's his first game. He knew very clearly what his job is as an opener, and I think he did that brilliantly in Mirpur with that 100, and many more to come, because he's got a very strong case where he's come with 11 first-class hundreds, and his selection is purely on merit, and that's the advantage of when you're coming fresh from that first-class circuit. Abdullah Fazal, even Abbas, they just blend into the test match cricket, unlike others who took a little while because they were coming with a lot of white ball cricket, whether it's leagues or World Cups.
Yeah, Athar Bhai, your thoughts on the debutants who debuted in Mirpur, both Abdullah Fazal and Azam Awais, they showed confidence.
I think Azam Awais looks a little bit different. I know both very good, but Azam Awais looks somebody who's got some serious talent here. I know it's early days, but still 100 is 100 on debut. Magnificent 100, congratulations to him. He looks temperamentally very composed. He looks very organized. Again, good solid defense. These are the things that will make a batter successful. But it's in a learning curve because he's just played 2 test matches and he will play more. I'm sure he will play more. So important for him to see how to stay consistent. I mean, 1 odd 100 here and 1 odd 100 after 7, 8 test matches might make him lose his spot. But he's shown enough talent. And I think important for the team management to groom him and make him understand how to take responsibility. It's not just one-off innings.
Yeah.
It has to be on a consistent basis.
Yeah.
And on many other levels, this hard grind, these 2 test matches of Pakistan has been on the receiving end. You also take a lot from that. You absorb a lot.
Right.
What to do, what not to do. And not just from your side, you observe your seniors. You look at players like the senior members from the opposition. And it's just such a learning curve. Being on that field for 100 overs and you're watching Litton Das, you're watching Mushfiqur Rahim bat, and you take a lot from them. And when you go back, you're like, you turn from boys to men.
Yeah, I'm sure it will do wonders to those youngsters, this experience from this test series. But one of the latest ingredients in shaping what this test team of Bangladesh is looking like is the addition of the spice, the fire of Nahid Rana. Yeah, but they've started looking dangerous, a completely different side, and even on surfaces which don't offer much. Atabhai, Nahid Rana.
What a find for Bangladesh. I mean, he's a match winner, and Bangladesh have started to believe that they've unearthed someone who can bowl regularly at 140 plus. And to be able to do that on these kind of a surface where it's a little bit greener, he's picked up a 5 in a couple of times now. But to have Nahid Rana with extra space, raw pace, it gives you that big cushion. He did take the second new ball, but it's a big cushion where captain and the team will start to trust and believe that, yes, even if we don't get a bowler who can break a long, big partnership, we have someone like Nahid Rana. He's a match winner. I like what he does. It's not just raw pace, it's also about control. I think it's still a learning phase for him. He's just 23 years of age. The more ball of the series for me there. Knocked that middle stump out of the ground. So also important for him to learn as much as possible. The more he plays, he looks very calm, and he needs to stay physically fit because it takes its toll.
Yeah.
That's why we once in a while you hear us say that he needs to be managed nicely. And to be able to manage him, because of the bench strength that Bangladesh has, they have time. He has time on his shoulders. So whenever we use him, it's important the team management takes care of him because on any given day, he's a match winner.
Right, and taking words from Atharbai's mouth, Sikandar, you coming from Pakistan, who've traditionally produced fast bowlers out and out. You've seen Nahid Rana in Pakistan and here. What are the points that have impressed you, and what are the factors that one should look out for?
I think people may have forgotten, but he was the one who actually got them to win that match, test match in Pakistan. He was good then, he's good now. I mean, when you look at him, even if you don't know him, if he's a cricketer, you will probably look at him and say, wow, I wish he was a fast bowler. Tall, he's got that physique. And like he said, take good care of him. I mean, he's going to prolong his career and produce more results for Bangladesh. And when you have somebody who can bowl up to 150, then you take out the pitch conditions out of the way. You are rapid. 0.5 seconds to react for a batter. I mean, no matter how good you are as a batter, such bowlers make their presence felt. Whenever he has the ball in hand, you're sitting in the comm box and okay, let's watch this. Something's going to happen here. And you need that tear-away fast bowlers. And that's what Pakistan probably was missing in this test series, having someone who can bowl quick. They do have a few back home. And I hope that when times to come, they've got to go to England. You introduce those bowlers, even if you don't get a game, let them be in that dugout and grab those, experiences, just like Azam Owais and Abdullah Fazal, and then put them in.
Well, speaking of putting them in, as Sikandar was just saying, that when Nahid Rana is there, you always got a feeling that something's going to happen. Well, for that, I think you should guys also stay in. It's time for a short break here, but we'll be right back on Ace Developer Presents Straight Drive. You're watching Ace Developer Presents Straight Drive, turn your investments into lifestyle, joined by Athar Ali Khan and Sikandar Buck. Well, good news for Bangladesh fans. The results come their way, and cherry on the top would be there's more cricket to follow. But these two wins, first and foremost, help their ranking. Athar bhai.
Yeah, I'm sure, because there are 24 points right there. They've grabbed 24 points, 12 points for a win in a test series. And as far as I remember, I think they've just climbed up to number 5 in the ICC ranking test cricket. It's still a long way to go. It's still for quite a lot of test matches to be played. But a win is a win. Now, also, for the very first time, Bangladesh have won 4 test matches on the trot. 2 against Ireland, which was not a part of the WTC World Test Championship cycle. But these ones are. So points do count, and brilliant for Bangladesh.
Well, it did not entirely go Pakistan's way in terms of the result, but they surely have more cricket coming their way. We'll just have a look at the Pakistan schedules and what can we watch out for, Sikandar.
Well, Australia is coming, and that's right around Eid time, so that'll be white ball cricket. So Shaheen Shah Afridi will be leading that side, and then the real test will come when they go to England with those 3 test matches. It will be interesting to see what kind of bowling attack Pakistan picks for that tour, because again, you talk about 20 wickets, that's what's going to mean you games.
Yeah, straight from the land down under, the Aussies will go to Pakistan and then come to Bangladesh.
For the white ball series.
For the white ball series, and then Bangladesh is also due to go to Australia for the red ball series. We'll have a look at the fixtures for Bangladesh that are to follow, and your thoughts, Athar Ali Khan.
Yeah, these are the upcoming fixtures. These are the series again. This is the series ODIs and T20 series against Australia. Yeah, very important, because as you know, the ODI, there is a qualification cut-off date for the World Cup, which is next year in South Africa, Namibia, and Zimbabwe. So important that they gel together themselves, because that has been their strongest format, and they've also won quite a lot of series, the T20 series. So, yep, looking forward to it.
Well, we all enjoyed the series. Hope you guys enjoyed it as well. But thank you very much for joining us. Had a wonderful time.
Thank you.
Thank you. Loved the series. Yep.
Yeah, wonderful series. It has been this Does Bangla Bank series. And thank you all. I hope you thoroughly enjoyed as well. This is it from Ace Developer Presents Straight Drive. Turn your investments into lifestyle.